Alright, YouTube, we're back, of course, talking some Final Fantasy. We're talking Final Fantasy 9 and a little bit of Final Fantasy 7. So obviously we're waiting on the remake. We're anticipating something. Hopefully something happens. We've been looking forward to the anniversary, Monday, July 7th. What we haven't talked about it on a video, though, is time zone differences. Because while it is Sunday, July 6th here, it is actually July 7th in Japan already. As I'm recording right now, it's like 6 a.m. Japan time. Well, that's important is that we kind of have all day today for them to potentially announce something, because again, it's still very early in Japan. The day's just kind of starting there, right? And then we also have all day tomorrow. Like, they could announce something for the anniversary today because it's the 7th in Japan. Or they could wait till tomorrow, where it's, you know, July 7th, like over here or in the West, right? And then maybe announce something potentially. But even going into tomorrow, like really early over here, it'll still be the 7th in Japan. So they could like wait till like really late at night in Japan on the 7th to announce something. That way it's like kind of the 7th mostly around the world. But in regards to today, at least so far, we did actually get something. It's not a major thing. It's not the fucking remake. But we did get a 25th anniversary special movie, as it's called on YouTube. With all due respect to the people that put the video together, it's just nothing special. It's just like the CG cutscenes from the game with a track over it. It's actually a track from the Timeless Tale vinyl that came out like earlier this year, or is coming out. I don't know exactly what's going on with that. And that's really all it is. Like, there's nothing like new with this. It's cool. It's cool to celebrate the 25th anniversary, but you know, we've all seen these scenes 1,000 times. So we at least got that today so far, for whatever that's worth, right? It's something. It's not what we're wanting. Maybe there'll be more in the coming hours or day or so. They definitely put a lot of hype behind this 25th anniversary thing for FF9, right? It'd be so weird if like the 9 remake just never got announced or revealed or released or whatever, or if it did get like scrapped or whatever like happened with them restructuring shit. Like, to put all this hype behind FF9's 25th anniversary and then not do anything with it would be kind of insane. I love FF9. It's deserving of the hype for sure, but it's like, to not have a remake accompanying all this would be strange. And kind of moving on from here to the other topics, I'm just kind of throwing this one in. It's really not that important, but it's kind of a follow-up to the previous video we did with like Gamescom and shit, because they actually replied to another like Square Enix Final Fantasy tweet with something FF9 related. So Square Enix account tweeted out which Final Fantasy monster scares you the most, which they replied with a picture of Queen Braun and said, this one. It's really not that big of a deal, but I just wasn't aware of that the other day, or we would have put that in that previous video. And actually looking at the replies on Twitter, they do kind of meme a bit in replies to stuff. So there might not be that much substance to the Gamescom thing, but there's still the possibility, of course. They could have the 9 remake kind of anywhere for all we know. Until it's ever officially announced, like every fucking game event's possible, I guess. So continuing onward with some more news in regards to FF9 and 7, they announced a bunch of like books and manga stuff at the Anime Expo, I guess, this weekend or whatever. But the important ones to us, of course, are in regards to Final Fantasy. And the FF9 one is the Vivi book. They like just released. Already has an English adaptation coming next year. And then the Material Ultimania for FF7 Rebirth. So they dropped this tweet yesterday that says, new book announcement, join Final Fantasy IX's beloved black mage Vivi as Grandpa teaches him how to live a good life and eat delicious food. Final Fantasy IX picture book arrives May 2026. And on the Square Enix website, they actually say that it'll be May 19th, so I'm not sure why the tweet didn't include the actual date, but it'll also be $18. There are a couple preview images on the site too, which is kind of cool, but they're also in Japanese, which is a little bit weird because it couldn't have been that hard to throw together a couple of English images, right? But also the book's already out in Japan, so we could probably just look at the Japanese version right now if we wanted to, somewhere online. Regardless of all that, though, it is cool that they're doing an English version of this, just because there's a lot of stuff with like Ultimanias and other shit like that in regards to like the Final Fantasy games and stuff that don't always get an English version, right? They don't always do that. So it's cool that this book that was, you know, very recently announced, but also very recently just came out in Japan, is already having an announced English version, right? Also, when it comes to either of these books here, we definitely don't want to look at the dates as concrete, just because Square Enix tends to delay stuff a lot, especially like Ultimanias and shit, right? I think very recently people were just now getting their like Material Ultimanias or their Material Ultimania Pluses for Remake, which is obviously a pretty old book at this point, or people are still waiting on it. I don't remember exactly what the date's supposed to be, but goddamn, that has been pushed a few times, I think. As for the Rebirth Ultimania, they say new book announcement, and finally a collection of art and information from the global hit game Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, presented in a deluxe full-color hardcover volume. Summon Final Fantasy VII Rebirth Material Ultimania onto your shelf July 2026. And yet again on their website they have an actual release date of July 14th, 2026, which they failed to mention for some reason, and the book will be $40. There's also two preview images as well, but we've already talked about these before, back whenever we talked about the initial announcement of the Material Ultimania. As far as I'm aware, that's kind of it right now, at least so far today. If there ends up being anything else that's worth talking about, worth making a video on today, we'll definitely make another video today later on or something. And definitely tomorrow as well, if something gets announced. Anyways, that's the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Social networks in the description below. Follow me on Twitter, @DavidYT. That's it. Bye.
Used to care what people thought, but now I care more, and nobody out here's got it figured out. So therefore, I've lost all hope of a happy ending, depending on whether or not it's worth it. So insecure, no one's perfect. We spend it with no shame. We blow that like Coltrane. We in here like low gain or leave it like Cobain.